Todd, we're back on the list highway.
We sure are, Chris.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking Star Trek, and this is going to be particularly exciting for you. We are going to cover the top 10 best episodes ever of the show Starfleet Academy.
Wait a minute. Aren't there only 10 episodes of that show? And they all suck.
Oh, shit. This is embarrassing. It's going to be the shortest episode ever. Just kidding.
Like we would waste anyone's time with Starfleet Academy.
What we've decided here for this episode of List Highway is that we're going to cover the best top 5. We each have a list. Our top 5 best or favorite episodes of Star Trek overall.
The whole franchise.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so you've got the Roddenberry era, the original.
The Rick Berman era.
The Rick Berman era.
Which is like Enterprise, Voyager.
That's like 20 years, right?
Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, all that.
There's the Alex Kurtzman era, which is the direct that we're currently in.
The shit.
Yeah. I stopped watching Star Trek. It's dead as a franchise to me.
Yeah, by the way, when I say the shit, I don't mean it's the shit. I mean...
It is shit.
This is the power of math, people!
Star Trek Discovery. There's some really bad Picard seasons.
Oh yeah, the first 2 seasons of Star Trek Picard are some of the worst television ever produced.
Not the 3rd season, though.
The 3rd season is a little bit better because they're like, let's just throw nostalgia to the wind and
Yes.
have the fans slop at the trough. I know there's probably fans of Strange New Worlds. I think you're one of them for some reason. I think that's a terrible fucking show.
The first season was very promising. And you liked it too. I remember you watched a few episodes and thought it was decent.
Because it was better than Discovery.
Yes. But, my God, did that get progressively
Did that
worse.
jump the shark?
After season 1.
Yeah. Where it became unwatchable.
I feel like that cast likes to go, oh my God, do you guys know what would be fun? Let's dress up and do a musical.
I think the Alex Kurtzman writers know nothing about science.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like some of them might even come from like soap operas. Let's have like Chapel and Spock have hookup tension and stuff like that. Like that's to me like what they're mostly focusing on.
There's not a lot of originality. There's a little, they'll do something kind of original, and then suddenly the next episode will be like nostalgia
bait. At one point, and I think this started with Enterprise, the franchise stopped looking forward and started looking backwards.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it started to go wrong.
I agree with that.
And it's just been like sort of mining its past ever since then.
And I wouldn't even waste people's time with like Star Trek Enterprise.
That is the weakest of the Rick Berman era.
It is.
For sure.
I also have to mention Star Trek Voyagers.
Don't you mean Star Trek Voyager?
Right, not Voyagers, starring Mino Palouse.
And John Eric Hexum.
Which we talked about, Joe and I.
That's right, so check that one out.
No, we're talking about Star Trek Voyager. I know you don't even like that. I guarantee you he doesn't have one episode in his top 5 from that show.
It's okay. It's mediocre Trek. It might have some intriguing story ideas, but the characters are so fucking boring.
I've seen the show probably 4 times all the way through.
Really?
Yes. Now, a lot of
Did
it is...
you actually watch Chakotay-centric episodes all the way through?
No, I skipped a lot of... I would actually skip ahead. You know, that show could have been a lot better if the tension was more real between the Maquis.
And they actually had like, they were going through resources and the ship was breaking down. Yeah, like in the last season, like the ship is basically totally like a piece of shit.
And when 7 of 9 joined, I will say the show did get better.
Sorry, I only liked it for Kes.
Actually, Kes is really cute. At any rate, all of this is to say, technically this list is supposed to cover any Star Trek.
Where's the animated series on our lists?
Maybe it's on our list. You don't know yet, Chris.
It's definitely not on mine.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
We've kept this a secret. I don't know what his top 5 are. He doesn't know what my top 5 are of best Star Trek episodes ever.
That was the challenge, was narrowing it down to 5 episodes. That actually made it more interesting.
And that's why we have separate lists.
So we have dueling lists.
It's a duel to the death. But I like this. I like that it's separate lists because there's no way your top 5 favorite episodes of all Star Trek, how is it possibly going to match my top 5?
Because most people agree on what the top episodes of all the series are.
Okay, top 25, you'd see a lot of the same ones.
Yeah.
Top 5, I mean, one example here, you like Deep Space Nine a lot more than I do.
Yeah, I think it's the pinnacle of Trek.
And I like that, but I'm more of a Next Generation guy. I think I have more love of the original series than you do.
I still like the original series. I don't think it's aged well, unfortunately. The older it gets, the more long in the tooth it gets.
Yeah, I agree.
That doesn't mean to say that it still doesn't have powerful episodes, which it does.
It does, but where I would say that like half the series is really good, you would only say like 1/5 of it is good.
I would maybe even go like 1/10, to be quite honest.
See, I think half the series is good, and half of that half is great. There's another half that's either mediocre to bad.
I'd say that's the majority of the series. Yes, mediocre to bad.
So big difference there. There's a very good chance that we have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 on the same top 5. It's very possible that there's only like maybe 2 or only 3 or 4 series represented here.
Maybe 2.
In his case, maybe 2.
So let's start the duel.
All right. Chris, I accept your challenge. My number 5 is Mirror, Mirror.
I submit to you that your empire is illogical because it cannot endure. I submit that you are illogical to be a willing part of it.
Mirror, Mirror was in season 2. I think it started pretty early in season 2 of the original series, and it's considered by many a top episode, I think.
It's a fun episode. It gets into the multiverse, really, which was unique for science fiction at the time. That science behind it is really dated now.
It's been done a lot.
This is where I'm talking about where a lot of Star Trek's science is quaint.
Yeah, but you could still argue at the time it was very exciting. It was
very exciting.
Very good sci-fi writing.
Yeah.
The entire ensemble is going to be the star of this episode. It's not just the principals, not just Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, but you got Uhura who rocks that episode.
She does.
You have Sulu. You have Chekhov.
Chekhov's like fairly new too.
Yeah.
Right?
Brand new. And he just felt like he belonged.
You feel like he's been there for the entire time.
Scotty is great. And it's a great sci-fi episode, great writing, great dialogue, great action, great suspense.
Mirror Spock is like super threatening.
Yeah.
I would be fucking scared of that version of Spock.
If you were to do a top list of like adversaries in Star Trek, Mirror, Mirror, Spock
would be up there. As would a character who's in a bunch of my episodes. But we'll get to that.
Interesting. But yeah, that's my number 5. Chris, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is, like I said, Deep Space Nine is my favorite of the Treks. If I had to pick all the top 5 episodes, it would be the entire Dominion War storyline. So that's it. That's my top 5, the Dominion War. Okay, bye.
Bullshit.
Just kidding. There's a lot of good episodes in that entire arc. But if you had to like whittle down to just 1 or 2 episodes, I'm going to pick the great arc that starts at the end of the 5th season where the Cardassians and the Dominion...
What's the fucking episode?
Oh, right. It's Favor the Bold / Sacrifice of Angels.
There's an old saying, fortune favors the bold. Well, I guess we're about to find out.
That's 2 episodes.
It has to be continued at the end. That's 1 episode.
All right, so we're counting a true sort of 2-parter situation.
It's a 2-parter, yes.
Okay.
And it's the end of that arc where the Dominion and the Cardassians take Deep Space Nine and the Federation, Starfleet has to flee.
Okay. That is a good episode.
This is where Cisco has a plan to retake Deep Space Nine, and all the characters have so much to do. Everyone's great in it. Garrick's in it.
That is a good episode. It's a good 2-parter.
It ends with Gul Dukat, who I think is the best Star Trek villain in the entire franchise. Once Cisco and Starfleet retake Deep Space Nine, he loses his mind. And that sets up the end of the series.
What season is that?
It's the 6th season.
Yeah, that season's really tight.
Oh, I think it's the best season of the show.
That's a good number 5. Now that we've established that we can do 2-parters, my number 4, this has to be on your list, by the way. Best of Both Worlds.
Your resistance is hopeless. Number one.
Part 1 of Best of Both Worlds is fabulous. It might be one of the best cliffhangers ever
Yeah, that might be.
in Trek.
I think maybe in all of television.
Picard is kidnapped by the Borg and completely manipulated and forced to attack.
He becomes Locutus
He becomes Locutus, and he's basically responsible for the death
of millions.
of millions, maybe hundreds of thousands. I don't know, but it's,
Well, including Cisco's wife. We find out later.
that's true. It is packed with good sci-fi writing, good action adventure, certainly drama. There's this great adversarial thing happening with Riker and what's her name? She was
Shelby.
Yeah, but she's the daughter of an actor.
Oh, Brian Dennehy.
Brian Dennehy's daughter. That adversarial relationship with Riker's really good.
Patrick Stewart's contract was up. And they weren't sure if he was going to renew it. So do you think that was like, if Riker becomes the captain, then she becomes his number one?
I do wonder, because that would have been interesting. They have to work together after the adversarial.
I think that's why that episode is so great,
Yeah.
because that would be an interesting dynamic.
It's all Michael Piller, by the way. Michael Piller was a writer, came in the third season and just helped build the third season in terms of character development, made it more of a character show.
He made it better.
He made the show way better. Part 2, I don't think was as great as part 1.
I do like the sleep resolution. I think that's clever.
Yeah.
Why didn't Starfleet just use the sleep tactical move for the rest of the Borg whenever they encounter? Just use the sleep maneuver.
Well, I can answer that. If you're a Star Trek Next Generation fan, the next time they really encounter the Borg, it's this episode in the 5th season where they turn a Borg into an individual.
Hugh.
And they send Hugh, the Borg, off as an individual, and he completely fucks up the collective. So they never have a full confrontation again until later, until the movies.
In First Contact, why
Well-
don't they just go sleep?
Actually,
End of movie.
That's actually a flaw that in the movie First Contact, the Borg are just sort of the Borg again.
Yeah, there's no mention of the Hugh virus or anything.
Not at all.
Well, that's why those next gen movies suck. Another reason why.
They kind of do.
Assimilate this.
Best of Both Worlds, Part 1 and Part 2. That is my number 4. And I have to say, I will be kind of surprised if you don't have this on your list. But go ahead. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is, some people would maybe put this as their number 1. And it could easily be interchangeable with my number 3. But it's from the original series. It's City on the Edge of Forever.
Suppose we discover that in order to set things straight again, Edith Keeler must die.
It's a classic episode.
It is. We have to mention the trio,
Yeah.
by the way.
Well, the triad, what makes Star Trek, the original series, so good.
Which still makes even the bad episodes watchable.
It's true. And it's maybe why I like a lot of those episodes, maybe more than you do. But I think it's because I really love those characters. The relationship between Kirk, the steady sort of middle, Spock, the super intelligent science officer, and then the more emotional McCoy. And they both balance out Kirk,
Yeah,
the two of them.
because he's the captain. He has to make the decision. It might be the most clever character dynamic in any TV show.
And those actors have chemistry.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That episode, though, City on the Edge of Forever, I think is the pinnacle of the three of them as
Yeah.
a triad,
Even though they're separated from Bones for most of it. We should mention it was written by Harlan Ellison
which he talked about his entire career.
ad nauseum. Yeah, right.
He's also wrong. I think I've heard about.
He's absolutely wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the TV writers, who there were many of them, said we can help make this fit the television episode.
He didn't understand the concept of the show,
Yeah.
I think.
I think you're right. Would you say this is the ultimate time travel Star Trek episode?
Yes.
Do you know what you just did? He knows, Doctor. He knows.
And like I said, it could be easily interchangeable with my number 3.
Well, speaking of number 3, Chris, I want to tell you my number 3.
Okay.
My number 3 is also from the original series. It's the episode Balance of Terror.
We have Balance of Terror, because that's also my number 3.
What? What are the odds, though, on a top 5 that we would both have Balance of Terror as number 3?
Well, considering that this is in most people's top 10, the odds aren't that bad.
Balance of Terror, I just think, has it all. Season 1 of the original series had that gravitas. It was very serious, but this was the ultimate. You had tension. It was your classic sort of submarine thriller.
Basically, the whole thing is this cat and mouse game, like Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, so good.
It's great. I don't think you would have Wrath of Khan without this episode.
That's a great point, because someone like Nicholas Meyer, who directed Wrath of Khan and wrote it, or co-wrote it, would have looked at all the Star Trek episodes and been like, that is a good episode.
I don't know about that for certain, but I know who definitely did was Harv Bennett, who produced Star Trek 2.
He watched all the episodes.
Yeah. You first see the Romulans, too.
You're introduced to the Romulans, but more importantly, you're introduced to an amazing actor who plays the Romulan commander. He also played Spock's father.
Mark Leonard.
Mark Leonard sold it, I think, as the adversary. It took you into their world. So at first, you're only on the bridge of the Enterprise. They leave the Enterprise completely, and the story simply follows the bridge of the Romulan ship, which I think is brilliant. You get to know them as characters. Mm-hmm. It humanizes them. They're not human, but it it doesn't humanize them because they're Romulan, but it Romulanizes them. It makes them people.
It gets into racism too, because there's also a racist helmsman on the bridge of the Enterprise who hates the Romulans.
God, you got that drama too.
That's the first time that Starfleet officers have seen what the Romulans look like, and they look like Vulcans.
This is the episode that should make you love Captain Kirk.
Yeah, and this is where people think that Shatner is a hammy actor. No, not in this.
He's subtle. He's not only a great tactician, he's a humanist. And he's defending his best friend against a racist in this episode, but he's also this great adversary to the Romulan commander.
You and I are of a kind. In a different reality. I could have called you friend.
So, Chris, we both have covered number 3. Are you ready to hear my number 2?
Yep.
I know he doesn't have this on his list, and it's a shame.
How do you know I don't have it?
It's an embarrassment for him if he doesn't have this. My number 2, Chris, is the Star Trek Next Generation episode. That's right, Patrick. The Inner Light.
What is this place?
This is your home. Of course.
Good episode.
Is it on your list?
It's not on my list.
Loser.
Do you know why I don't have this on my list?
No.
I love the concept and I love most of the execution. What I don't love is that all of it takes place in this one isolated village. Like, you're supposed to be like, this is representative of the entire world. Be saying like Washington, D.C. is like the entire representative of the entire globe of planet Earth.
Okay. But if you think about it, Chris, that is...
It simplifies it.
No, but that's a lot of Star Trek.
True.
A lot of Star Trek. They can't cover the whole planet. So they just usually center on like a town or a subset.
So what if they're like other different like races on this planet, and Starfleet's supposed to be like, well, I guess only these humanoid people existed on this planet.
It is a small universe on this planet. I agree. But
it's a very good dramatic episode.
You know, if you're pitching this to a network as an episode, check this out. This probe taps itself into Picard, and in 25 minutes time on the Enterprise, he actually lives an entire lifetime
of somebody else
learning about this other culture.
Yeah, it's a great premise. Isn't Patrick Stewart's son like actually his son in the episode?
Yeah, I forget his name, but it is actually Patrick Stewart's son.
It is a good episode. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, good actress, plays his wife. There's another good actor who plays his friend.
Yeah.
I think it's the actor who was in Office Space.
Oh, it is, yeah.
It's a prototype.
Huh, that's exactly as you described it.
It's the end of their civilization.
Is their sun exploding like Krypton? Is that what happens?
They have to wear like protection lotion on their skin. The probe is to find somebody to connect with them and tell them about their civilization so that their memories will be carried on.
It's like a time capsule in a way.
In a way, yeah.
What's the phrase? Walking in someone's shoes?
Yeah.
That's basically what this is.
Yep. If you're talking about great Next Generation episodes, the series was firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, what season is this?
Season 5.
Oh yeah, that's probably its peak.
Yeah, it's its peak. 3, it really started to like take off. 4 was good. Season 5, I think, just had it all. Anyway, that's my number 2. Chris, I can't imagine that your number 2 is going to be better than mine.
I am actually finally dipping into Next Generation, which I have not yet.
That's true.
My number 2 is, I think, the best episode of the entire series. It's The Measure of a Man.
Its responses dictated by an elaborate software written by a man. It's hardware built by a man. And now a man will shut it off.
That's not on my list. This blows my mind, actually. He's always like, oh my God, I cannot fucking stand Data talking about, oh, I wish I was human.
I should probably explain more that I don't think Brent Spiner is a great actor. He tends to ham it up a lot of times.
He can ham it up, but there are episodes where he doesn't ham it up, and he's just good.
And he is, and this is one of those.
You have a great courtroom drama.
Arguing whether like an android could be a sentient being. They get into like, what is consciousness? And to me, this is what science fiction writing is all about. You wouldn't see this level of writing in any of the Alex Kurtzman era Trek.
No. No, you would not. What I love about this is the dynamic between the different characters. Riker is forced to be the adversarial prosecutor because he has to basically prove that, Data is just a robot, and should not be treated as a human.
Whether he's property of Starfleet.
The fact that Riker, who likes Data, has to like go against him and try to prove that he doesn't deserve to have like human rights.
Yeah.
Is crazy. There's a great scene with Guinan in Picard.
Where she alludes to slavery.
I love that. I love that she alludes to slavery and that Picard's like, holy shit.
But it's done in a way that's not in your face, like modern Trek would now.
Another great thing about this episode is you can understand the bad guy,
Maddox.
You can understand his side.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Man, Data is a fucking amazing creation. What if we could like duplicate him and have him on all kinds of ships?
He could be the ship.
We're forced to do top 5s. If I had a top 10, I think that would be in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, can you believe it?
We're at number 1.
We're at number 1.
Make it so number 1.
My number 1 was Chris's number 4. It's City on the Edge of Forever.
All that you knew is gone.
We're totally alone.
I did probably the most predictable thing and put City on the Edge of Forever as my number 1.
You played it safe.
It does have it all. The fact that you have the great relationship between Kirk, Bones, and Spock. The fact that you have this great love story. I think chemistry between the actors and the actress, William Shatner and Joan Collins. I love the ending, and I love the fact that basically Kirk realizes that she has to die. What an epic story.
It's a hugely epic story, but it's also extremely personal at the same time.
Yeah. Kirk's final line is great.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Again, people think Shatner hams it up.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. I would like to actually dispel that myth.
Actually, his acting style, it's something that he learned, which is that some dramatic pauses and subtle pauses can enhance a performance. It got exaggerated through comedy.
It did.
Making fun of it. I had to put City on the Edge of Forever in my top 5, and I really do think it deserves the number 1 spot. I'm very happy with my list. I already know you didn't put City on the Edge of Forever as number 1 because it's your number 4.
That's right.
So, Chris, what is your number 1 best Star Trek episode ever?
Well, this is where I'm getting predictable because most people would have this also in their top 10, maybe number 1 also.
Can I make a prediction? It's not the original series.
Definitely not.
And it's not Next Generation.
Nope. So what is it?
It's Deep Space Nine.
It is. It's In the Pale Moonlight.
And it may be a very messy, very bloody business. Are you prepared for that?
I'm already involved in a very messy, very bloody business. And the only way I can see to end it is to bring the Romulans into the war. I am prepared to do whatever it takes to accomplish that goal.
Also in the 6th season.
That's a great episode.
The Dominion War is going badly, and Sisko needs to get the Romulans into the war because that's going to turn the tide. Cisco usurps the values of the Federation in order to save it. To me, that's why this episode is number one for me, because it gets into like what the Federation is and what it means to the characters within it.
Avery Brooks hits it out of the park in this episode.
He manipulates Data. And this
He
is actually...
Wait, he manipulates Commander Data?
Fortunately, Data is not in this episode.
Do you mean Data?
He manipulates Data.
That's all right, Dad. Data. Whatever.
And Garrick is involved.
And if your conscience is bothering you, you should soothe it with the knowledge that you may have just saved the entire Alpha Quadrant, and all it cost was the life of one Romulan senator, one criminal, and the self-respect of one Starfleet officer. I don't know about you, but I'd call that a bargain.
He's my favorite character in all of Star Trek. He's a Cardassian former spy who works as a tailor.
Is he a tailor?
Is he a tailor?
What makes him a great character is the way he interacts with all the characters.
There's theories that he might be gay for Dr. Bashir, but, you know, they never went there with that.
They never did.
This episode, to me, has more relevance now in the current political situation that we're in. Like, I saw this again recently, and I'm like, it just hit me more. It's got a great ending, like the ending of City on the Edge of Forever. Cisco is giving this captain's log to the viewer.
Computer, erase that entire personal log.
That concludes the duel.
Yeah. But the skirmishes continue.
So let's talk about some of the episodes that didn't make each of our top fives. Chris, I'm going to guess that some of these were on your honorable mentions, or if you were to do a top 15 or a top 25, these would all be on your list.
Yeah.
Measure of a Man is one of my first honorable mentions.
Starfleet was founded to seek out new life. Well, there it sits.
I also have the Next Generation episode, Cause and Effect.
As do I.
Aha! I thought you might.
All hands abandon ship! Repeat, all hands abandon!
That's actually one of my just all-time favorite, just hardcore sci-fi episodes of any TV series.
What makes Cause and Effect so good is simple time travel story, but given
It's not time travel. Well, I guess it kind of is.
No, it is time travel, but
It's a causality loop, though.
What's causing this loop?
What if that is the reality of our existence? We keep resetting back to it.
Like, we've already done this?
We've already done this.
We've already talked about this episode on YouTube.
Ad nauseum. Yeah.
I should also mention that Chris is a nerd because he decided to talk about Star Trek for the last hour.
Well, if I'm a nerd, you're a nerd as well, because you're doing it with me.
So my next honorable mention is Doomsday Machine.
On my list of honorable mentions as well.
All right, I'm not surprised.
It's got some hammy acting from the actor who plays Commander Decker.
But it's still great.
Yeah.
Can I mention a few more on my list?
Yeah, keep going.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
And to make sure that history never forgets, the name, Enterprise.
I'll be quite honest, I forgot about it.
All right, if you didn't forget about it, could it have been in your list?
If it was a top 10, yes.
It'd probably be number 10 on my top 10. The other things I want to mention is the finale to Next Generation, All Good Things.
That is the exploration that awaits you. Not mapping stars and studying nebula, but charting the unknown possibilities of existence.
One of the best finales of a show.
Yeah, you can compare it to maybe like the MASH finale or Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
As far as like great endings to a series.
I agree. Chris doesn't like Star Trek Voyager, but but a few episodes I have to mention. There's one called Blink of an Eye, which is so good. It's great writing. That, the two-part episode Scorpion, where you're introduced to 7 of 9, and it's a great Borg episode.
Is Kes still in that episode? I forget.
Yes, there's an overlap.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then finally, the finale of the show, I think, is actually pretty solid.
What's it called?
I don't know. Who cares?
I know what it's called. It's called Endgame.
It's called Endgame.
I don't know why I know that.
Nerd.
I'll get into my honorable mentions.
Go ahead.
The Tholian Web.
Great episode.
They're in this weird fold of space where the rules of physics aren't actually applying. People are phasing in and out of it. And so everybody's fucking stressed.
It is
I
great.
love the interaction between McCoy and Spock in this episode.
It does showcase what an incredible dick
McCoy is.
McCoy is. He's look, Spock could be a dick too. Like,
but he's not trying to be. He's just trying to be logical. McCoy actually goes out of his way to go onto the bridge just to be a fucking asshole to Spock.
He says something like, "You think?" I can't even think what he says. Hell, show the clip.
Here's the clip.
You suppose they're seeing Jim because they've lost confidence in you?
Doctor, I hardly believe this is the time for comparisons. Please go at once to your laboratory and search for an antidote to the effects of this space.
But that's Spock's way of saying fuck off.
This is one of the biggest dick episodes where McCoy's a dick.
I know.
Like he's
and it's great. I love it.
Anyway.
A lot of people don't like the second season of Next Generation. I actually really do.
You're talking to a Next Generation fan. I like all of it.
Well, the first season's terrible.
First season's terrible, but I can point out a few gems within it. Season 2 is solid.
And this episode on my honorable mentions list is Where Silence Has Least. It's just a really good science fiction, what weird part of space are we in, Star Trek episode.
The crew are in a laboratory experiment.
In this part of space.
It's a disturbing episode, but it's also just interesting. Anyway, what's your next one?
So would you be surprised that the rest of the episodes on my list are all from Deep Space Nine?
No.
Waltz, which is another great 6th-season episode.
That is a good episode.
Cisco is taking Goldacott to his war crimes tribunal, and they crash on a planet and have to. It's like Enemy Mine, you know. But it's great dynamic between Cisco and Goldacott.
One of your favorite characters.
Not mentioned, I think Goldacott is the best of all the Trek villains.
You've mentioned it 4 times.
Okay. The Visitor, which is a great science fiction episode. Yeah. Cisco gets like pulled into this like time stream. His son Jake, he only sees him every like so often.
Great
and
episode.
It's a great, it's a very emotional episode. I think this episode should be shown on every Father's Day. And the last one I think is Far Beyond the Stars.
Were they like in the 1940s?
1950s.
1950s.
Yeah. And they're writing for like a science fiction magazine.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's an ensemble episode.
Yeah. All the actors basically playing weird 1950s extrapolations of their characters. The whole thing may or may not be a manipulation by the wormhole aliens.
Yeah.
It's a tour de force by Avery Brooks, who also directed the episode.
That picture, I created it, and it's real. Don't you understand? It is real. I created it, and it's real. It's real. Oh, God.
So, Todd, do you think Star Trek will have any sort of relevance in the future? Will it have any relevance 10 years from now?
Chris, use your imagination.
Well, as Picard said in All Good Things, the sky's the limit.
He sure did. I mean, I'll give you one pitch. Look, here you go. Take fat, doughy, elderly robot Data. He joins forces, right?
Yeah.
With a doughy, elderly robot Picard.
Oh, God, I forgot he was a robot in that stupid Picard series.
Hear me out. He joins forces with a fatter, elderly Riker.
Is he also an android?
Of course. They then travel to the planet. Do you remember where Shatner, Kirk, was buried at the end of the movie Generations?
Vaguely, yes.
They resurrect him, and they turn him into a doughy, heavier android. So, Chris, imagine this. All these heavier, doughier, elderly robot people join forces, and they stop a madman from destroying the universe with a new doomsday device.
So the answer is no.